25 years ago, Habitat for Humanity of St. Joseph County built its first house in South Bend, beginning its tenure of building affordable homes for partner families. Since this beginning, the lives of many in our community have been changed through home ownership.
The house that we are here looking at now was built for the Stream family. The Stream family had 2 little children. They lived with her relatives here, and once they found out that they were getting a new Habitat house, they were kicked out of the house. No place to go and really not much money.
I would work at night and then come over and work in the day on the house and sleep whenever I could. And I would sometimes, a lot of times, I'd actually go out to Potato Creek, and they had, it was like a couple bucks to get in there. I'd use their facilities to shower and clean up and come back and work on the house.
Growing up a little girl, I remember my first memories of my first home was in a mud hut, and I was running around, no shoes on, and this is the life that I knew.
During the weekdays, Ron and I would work on this house at night, just him and I, and then on weekends we would have more people. But found out after we were done with the house, Ron was living in his truck with no place to go and not much money. He'd go to his job in the daytime and work with me on the Habitat house at night.
This was really hard because I really missed my wife and my kids. And my son was a couple weeks old, and I really, was going through some hard times and just kind of felt like I'd failed as a father and a provider. And I thought to myself, how could I be going through the toughest time in my life and the best things in the world happening to me all at once? And
I learned more about the U.S., and I knew that one day, God willing, I would go to this land where there was plenty to eat and drink and freedom, like I read in the books. And I guess that was when my dream was born.
Our organization helps refugees who are coming from somewhere overseas and moving to this country, trying to establish themselves as independent and safe and really plant themselves in the community. And it's been a great result for a few of our clients to get to that end stage by actually purchasing and being part of building a Habitat house.
It hit me when Bonnie was talking to us here as a staff and going through the Bridges Out of Poverty material, that Habitat is working with the 25% of the population that currently lives in South Bend, that's living in poverty, and we're reaching out to come alongside of them to give them hope and to help them move, hopefully, from poverty to middle class. That's the role that we play.
Habitat homes have, I think, created and instilled a new sense of pride in neighborhoods. People see an investment. We are not only tearing down older homes or older structures or vacant or abandoned facilities, we are replacing those with owner-occupied homes.
So I think it makes a difference certainly in the individual lives of the family that becomes homeowners rather than renters. It provides stability in their lives. It makes a difference in the neighborhood. We're being able to do infill housing in neighborhoods that haven't seen a new house built in 50, 60 years.
Habitat's mission is sustained not only through financial investments from individual and group sponsors and funds generated from the Restore, but by volunteers working together with the partner family to build a home. Without volunteers, this wouldn't happen.
It was really special to be building right next to the homeowners. There was a time I was building with one daughter, and we were hammering nails together, and she was so proud to be building the house that she was going to be living in.
We highly believe in Habitat and what it does for the community and strengthening the relations and helping our fellow community members move up in the world and have as good a life as they possibly can.
It's heartening to hear these are people who work in our community, and some of them have executive positions, others have any other types of positions. And for them, they realize their Saturdays are precious.
They understand how the village helps one family, and they want to continue being part of that if they can. because many hands make work lighter. And what has really touched myself and my family is the love and concern of other people. They've stopped doing what they needed to do, and they have come and helped us up and made our dream come true.
If you really start to think about how difficult it can be to move yourself out of a situation, and how Habitat, by giving a hand up, not a handout, with their interest-free mortgage, just really makes home ownership possible for families.
It's just so many things along the way that was just helping us, and that's all we needed was just a break. We just needed somebody just give us a little help, and we can do it, because I had no family here, none at all. I was by myself, and my wife had just her mother.
I needed help to live my life abundantly.
We bought our first house for $500 down, and we had family help, though. And, I think, how do we become family to those who don't have that help?
For most of these families, children are involved, and to get that stability of a home and not having to move from place to place to place has a huge impact on that, and future generations and people that are going to be part of this community in the years to come.
When a family can embrace home ownership, we know that is perhaps the most powerful stabilizing force for a family.
Habitat is not a handout, because I have a mortgage to pay every month and on time, so that money can help build other homes.
There's so many stories that come to mind, but one that happened recently was a young lady that just got her house in 2009, and she came into the office recently to write out her mortgage payment. And she told my assistant Gwen, she said, "I love writing out this check every month." And it's so funny, because normally people don't enjoy writing a check to pay anything. But she said, "I know what this means." She said, "I know that this money is going to be reinvested to help other people achieve the same dream that people have helped me achieve." And she said, "I love to write this check every month." And she also said, she said, I tell my boys every day, she said, "This house one day is going to be yours."
Growing up with them and seeing all the work and struggles and everything they went through, and coming home to the same house every day and not having to worry about having a roof over my head, and getting to bring my friends home with me and having sleepovers, and everyone wanting to come over to my house, and they're like, "Oh, your house is so cool, you have a big basement." And it's shown a lot about me, how I can grow up and do the same thing with my own family.
I have moments when I cannot stop but say a prayer and shed a tear for all the people who helped make my dream come true. That's really awesome. And that is why, for me, it's really important to continue.
We all love Habitat. We love what it represents and how families are helped. But we want to see this continue for another 25 years. We've had a great 25 years, but we look to the next 25 years. And sustainability is really the key. How do we continue to help more families? How do we continue to do a better job of providing housing, affordable housing? And how do we pay for it? That's always the issue with nonprofits. How do you find the funding? And that's why I'm so excited about the concept of the Restores.
We are able to generate funds to build homes with for the community.
The Life of the Restore with the Habitat for Humanity affiliate is about raising funds. Funds that individuals don't necessarily feel like they're giving to Habitat, because they're either donating things that they no longer need that are still usable, or they're coming to find a reasonable price for an item, a home improvement item or a piece of furniture that they're in need of. And because of that, we're able to raise money to give back to the affiliate to build more Habitat homes in our community.
And that is a model that is sustainable. That is something that's exciting. As we open up the new store in Mishawaka, the increased profits are going to go to build more houses. And that is a sustainable model. That is something that years into the future, we're going to be able to continue to help more families because of our funding through the Restores.
It's just a great organization in that it's self-sustaining. We're building for the future.
Probably one of the things that's the most satisfying to me is to know that what we do here at Habitat has a long-term, potentially generational impact.
Always seeing the struggles they went through and watching them succeed even though it was hard made me see that, a lot of hard work pays off. So just because you have it rough in the beginning doesn't mean you can always have rough. If you work really, really hard, you can make it.
I have a good hunch they're going to take that with them in life, and they're going to remember, my mom and dad worked hard for this, and it's possible to be a homeowner. And I think it's going to plant a seed of hope in them that they're going to want to be a homeowner one day as well. And even the young kids, whether it's 5 years old, 8 years old, I believe they catch much more than we think. And they watch and they observe and they know how important a home is, and it provides that stability. I mean, there's all sorts of studies that say kids that grow up in their own home where there's home ownership, they're healthier, they do better in school. There's all sorts of positive indicators there. That's what hope represents to me, stability and being able to think positively about the future.
As we recall our past 25 years and celebrate 150 houses, as we honor our partner families who are now proud homeowners, as we gather volunteers to build 13 new houses this season, as we reach out to partners in this community to help us fund these houses, we harbor high hopes. We renew our commitment to those seeking stability in their lives through homeownership. It is their future in which we have invested, and it is their future to which we are committed.